movie fans. Just wanted to come on here. I know it's been a little while, and I've said I was gonna have a ton of movie reviews for you, but guys, if you've ever written a thesis or a dissertation or a senior paper or anything of that sort, you know, you know that the struggle is very real when it comes to writing it. So this summer has been that. And while I have seen a lot of movies and I have watched a lot of good ones, a lot of bad ones, I haven't had the time to review any of them, like the Mr. Rogers documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor, a lot of the blockbusters. I saw Mission Impossible, very first Mission Impossible I've ever watched in my entire life. And I'm a fan of action movies. I just, for some reason, have never gotten into those. I've also never watched the Bourne movies either, so maybe I'm not that big of a fan of action movies. But I would say I am. I mean, I like all of the, like, I like anything having to do with Jackie Chan. I know that's a different kind of action, like martial arts and things like that, but anyway, we're not talking about any of those movies today. Today we are talking about a kind of movie that I rarely, if ever, go see. Also, by the way, none of those trophies are mine. Literally none of them. I am an underachiever, so yeah. Don't be fooled. Those are my sisters. But anyway, yeah, so I don't watch scary movies. I'm not a fan. I'm easily scared, so I feel like why would I pay money to go get scared when that happens to me on the reg, you know, just in general. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of scary movies, but I do like movies that are, you know, even if it's a different genre that I'm not really familiar with, or like that I am drawn to. I like to see movies that have gotten a lot of buzz and things like that. So because you never know, you might end up finding a movie that you never thought you would like, because you don't like that genre. Super 8 is one of those movies where, like, I'm not a huge fan of sci-fi. Ready Player One was one of those movies too, where I didn't know if I was gonna like that style and just that genre of movies in general, but I actually did like it. And so went to go see The Nun last night, and to be honest, I didn't have high expectations just because I don't think I've really seen a good scary movie. But this is all to say, like, I don't watch a lot of scary movies. Hence, I don't have a lot to go off of, so I can't say on a spectrum, like, on a, you know, scale of, like, to me, I guess the scariest movie I've ever watched is probably, like, Hide and Seek, and that's not even really a scary movie. I wouldn't put it in that genre. I guess I'd put it more in, like, a thriller, like, psychological thriller of sorts. Dakota Fanning, I just think I'm such a huge fan. So, and Robert De Niro. So, to me, it felt just well done. So, but I don't know. I don't even know if that counts as a scary movie. So, to be honest with you, I had nothing to judge this off of. Watched the trailer, and it said I think it's like a prequel to Annabelle and The Conjuring, or one of those movies, or two, I don't know, so some of those movies. I've never watched a single one of those. I think I watched maybe the first Saw movie, maybe, I honestly don't remember. I'm a much more, like, I don't know, like, I can't even tell you, yeah, like, I also maybe watched some of the Friday the 13th movies, and, I did watch all of the Scream movies, but a lot of people say that that's, like, I'm just a sissy when it comes to those movies. I've never had a desire to be scared. I've never had a desire to pay money to go to the movie theater and be scared. Like, I'll pay good money for a lot of other movies, but to be scared, I'm just kind of like, to be spooked. I'd rather watch Stranger Things and be like slightly spooked but still get a really good story, still get a really good like plot, you know, good dialogue, good acting. The Nun was none of those things. That should be like the tagline for this movie. None, as in none of the elements of this film are even slightly good. That'd be a really long tagline actually, so probably wouldn't be a good idea. But it's just awful. It's just awful. It had the potential to be actually like way creepier, way more, I don't know, like, because the whole premise, like, I mean, I don't know, nuns are not particularly, like, the posters were super creepy, right? So I feel like it had potential. You had a storyline where, like, yes, it has plot holes, yes, it's like ridiculous, but it could have been a little bit scarier. Like I said, I scare really easily, so there were a lot of jump scares, a lot of like cut to they're by themselves and then the camera like turns and then all of a sudden it's like dun, and they're right behind them and grab the character or whatever, like, so there are a lot of jump scares, you know. It's like, it was like the equivalent of going to watch like a trash comedy, like you know, they have the cheap laughs and they have the cheap scares here, so to me it was like, I don't know, it just wasn't good. You're like, but that's the thing is, like, so the whole story was that there's this church that was built upon this like building where the gates of hell were contained, and so because of that, like, the nuns live there and they try and keep the evil inside of this gate, but it opens up every now and again, and when it does open up, the spirit can go into like any living thing, and so the story's not like awful, and actually some of the actors weren't, like, the guy who plays the priest, I forget his name, his character's last name was Burke, Father Burke, even though he was Italian. Is that an Italian last name? I don't think so. I've never heard it. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. But it was literally spelled like Burke, because it's on a gravestone somewhere. So you see it spelled and you're like, I'm sorry, why do you have an American last name? You speak Italian. It takes place in Romania. Like, there's so many elements of it that could have made it so much creepier. Like, just like, I don't know, like, it's in Romania, but you could tell everything was like, well, I mean, I don't know. Like, the imagery could have just been so much better and so much creepier, and then there was a whole thing where they had the drops of blood of Jesus, and I don't know, so some of the aspects of it were just so laughable and so like unoriginal, and that you just had to sit there and laugh. Like, again, did I jump? Yes. Was I scared? A little bit. But at the same time, I was like, nothing about this is gonna keep me up at night. That's actually a lie. I did stay up pretty late last night because I was, but not because I was scared, because it was more because I kept like seeing the like stupid faces of the nuns, like every time I close my eyes I would be like, see their stupid faces, but because they were like really ugly, and but even that, it could have been creepier, like, and again, I get creeped out so easily. Like, if you've ever watched the Flintstones, like the first live action one, or maybe not the first, but one of the live action ones, there's like this little green alien. He creeps me out too. Like, I don't know, I just get creeped out by like faces. Like, that one creeps me out. I cannot watch The Wizard of Oz. That creeps me out. Like, there's just a few, like, I get creeped out easily. Which is, and so coming from me saying that this movie could have been creepier is like, it's like, I'm a sissy and you could have scared me more. So yeah, definitely skip this one. Just wanted to do a quick review because I know it just barely came out, like yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever. If you want to get spooked, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any recommendations for you. But if you want to watch a good, like thriller movie, hide and seek is out there. Like, movies that really make you think and really, like, to me, that's not the kind of thing that's gonna keep me up at night thinking, like, oh, like, this could happen, or, like, whatever. And I've heard that's true about, like, Insidious, the first one, because I know there's been, like, 7 now, or maybe less than that. I don't know. People obviously like them because they make a million of them. I mean, this one itself was like the 3rd movie or 4th movie in the series, even though it's a prequel. So obviously there's an audience. People like to watch that. I'm not one of those people, but other people do. I'd say skip this one. Save your money. Watch Paranormal Activity. Watch The Sixth Sense. That I have watched. That, see, that those are the, like, those classic movies. Like, watch Psycho. Watch Rearview Mirror, not Rearview Mirror. Rearview Window, or Rear Window. Why am I Rear Window. Watch anything that's like creepy from that time. Watch that. Creep yourself out. Knock yourself out. But these movies, I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, maybe there's a good one out there that's like a modern one. I have no idea. Again, I couldn't tell you. But I'm super excited for the movies coming out later this month. None of them are scary, but I'm really excited for, like, Beautiful Boy. I actually don't know if this is coming out this month, but coming out in the next couple weeks. Beautiful Boy, A Star is Born, just a lot of different releases that are coming out. I just watched a trailer for one that's called Stella's Last Weekend. That looks amazing. Just so many good fall and winter movies that are coming out, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Yeah, but just wanted to give you a quick something a little bit different. I'm sure you could have guessed that it was crap, but it boggles my mind that this is the 3rd movie in this series. Like, who's watching these movies? Who is giving these movies money when there are movies out there that are literally, like, and I'm not denying people need to you know, this movie created a lot of jobs, props people, you know, ADs, like all these different, I get it, and the actors in it themselves, like, they gotta, you know, they gotta work. I understand. I mean, that, you know, why do movies like Sharknado get made? I understand. I got it. I got it. There was a really cute guy in it, actually. The guy who played Frenchie was really cute. So I mean, that's kind of redemptive quality. But I remember sitting through the, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but also don't go see it. The very end, I remember turning to my friend and being like, if no one survives, that would actually be the one redemptive quality of this movie. Because then I would be like, oh, okay, fair enough. Like, you took a risk there. Okay, you know? So I definitely expected somebody to get killed. No, they all survive. Like, this is a stinking Avengers movie, and no one, and everybody just walks away without a scar, without, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. You were supposed to die, you had died, and then everyone survives? I'm sorry, how did that happen? And also, why? This is a scary movie? Why is everybody still alive? Like, I remember just predicting, like, oh, this person's gonna die, that person's gonna die. And all of that went to plan. And then at the end, there's, like, this twist that's, like, so I guess maybe it's a bit of a twist, but, like, so, like, yeah, maybe I didn't see it coming, because I was like, oh, if they all die, more power to them. Like, more power to the, you know, I would have some sort of tiny bit of, I guess, respect. I don't know. But it would have been a redemptive quality, and it just wasn't. Everybody survives. Everybody makes it out alive. Everybody, there's a kiss, which literally, the main characters are, it's a nun, or, I'm sorry, she's about to become a nun, but she's, like, basically a nun by the end of the movie, a priest, and then this like farmer boy, and somehow they still manage to make it so Hollywood that there's a kiss and it gets wrapped up in a bow with everybody surviving. I'm sorry, I thought slasher movies, well, it's not a slasher movie, I thought scary movies were supposed to break those molds and at least push the envelope a little bit. Nope, everyone survives, and there's a kiss. And lightness wins, and I don't know, I mean, I guess maybe not lightness, but and also, what is lightness? No, I meant light, like light defeats evil. I guess that it does happen. And it does give you like a little bit of like, oh, but actually, is evil still out there? Obviously because you want to make more movies, and obviously because there's going to be like 7 million sequels. Okay, I'll stop ranting. I'm really sorry. Don't go watch this movie. Save your money for the next few movies that are coming out that are actually going to be good. Life Itself is going to come out as well. What else? I feel like I have a list somewhere. Let me see. I take screenshots of all of my upcoming, because sometimes I just because the Toronto International Film Festival is taking place. So The Death and Life of John F. Donovan, Wildlife with Jake Gyllenhaal, White Boy Rick, which I really want to see it, but it's got like a 53. I'm probably still gonna see it, but I'm really sad. It's got like a 53 on Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, Monsters and Men, no, just Monsters and Men, is coming out as well. All movies I'm super excited to see, and I can't wait to see. So I will for sure be doing those. I know I said that before, but I will for sure be hitting you with those reviews, and thanks for tuning in, and sorry about the no podcast. I'll be back soon though, okay guys? Alright, have the best week ever. Goodbye.